Alright, we're going to be playing Napoleon Total War, Battle of Waterloo. Now, I've already streamed this on my Twitch channel, and I've also played this many, many times, so you don't have to. I think I've figured out sort of the way to guarantee a victory here. Let's get this started.
I must trust Grouchy to keep the Prussians on the run. Nay, he has forced the enemy to go north. We followed at their heels, and now there is this English general, this Wellington. They tell me he was good in Spain. Beaten men would say that. Is he as good as me? We shall see.
Alright, what we're going to do is basically, I found this strategy off a forum, which is basically to not attack directly or attack the way that Napoleon did, directly up the hill, but you go all the way around in the road, all the way around it. It does take a little bit of finesse, and there are certain things you have to do at certain points in time to make sure that the strategy actually works. We are playing on very hard mode, and this is a battle that some people have some trouble with, right? So let's see if we can basically make the right decisions and get this to work. You're gonna see that it's very once you see sort of the key points where the battle changes, it's not too difficult to win.
June 18th, 1815. This will be Wellington's final encounter with me. Having chosen his field of battle, the British will need to make use of their farmhouses, but Hougoumont on my far left will be mine by nightfall. In my center, La Haye Sainte currently lies in the hands of the ill-equipped Allied Dutch. And on my extreme right, Papelotte. This is an excellent base from which to mount an attack on the British. Wellington's main army, however, occupies the northern part of the plains of Mont Saint-Jean, laying in wait behind the sunken lane. This gives him a strategic advantage over me, and I will need to take some care when ordering an attack there. I have sent Grouchy to pursue the Prussians. He must hound them. But will he send word? Grouchy, he tries my patience.
Alright, let's take a look at what we have here. So as he said, on the left-hand side, you have the Hougoumont, the house. This is where Napoleon traditionally attacked up this way. It didn't work. He lost the battle, as we all know. Hopefully that's not a spoiler to you. Napoleon lost the battle, rather. Then you have this house and another house. And these were sort of major points where battles took place, or the British fortified themselves in. I think that the way the developers of the game intended for you to win was to attack to the right side. This is what I saw on the forums too. Someone else had this opinion, because inside here there's this Nassau Jaegers, and they're kind of weak. They're sort of a rifle skirmisher unit. So probably the game developers intended for you to attack up this road, up the center right here, and just attack. I haven't tried that, especially not in very hard. I don't think it's going to work, and the reason why is because the Prussians come reinforcing on the right side as soon as you start the attack. Right? They come on this road here, reinforcing, and then they move across the hill very slowly. They make their way up to the center here. Right? So eventually, you're gonna get attacked on both sides by the Prussians and the English, and it's not going to be a very good situation. You're actually outnumbered fairly heavily. Your soldiers are not as experienced as theirs. Basically, you have these, but the Prussians that come, they're very highly experienced, and the British here are all very highly experienced too. And they have a lot of cavalry, so if you look at them, they have dragoons, they have life guards, so these are actually the most elite horse they have. And actually they have a named hero unit here, Earl of Uxbridge, so he's even better. So if you look at our horses, we have a couple of named hero units too. We have Napoleon himself. We have Michael May, the bravest of the brave. Let me bring down the music a little bit. And actually, what we have here is we have a lot of soldiers to fight, right? Light dragoons, and then we have the British infantry, which is all very good. And their foot unit, which is about as good as your line infantry, actually better than your line infantry. They've got some horse artillery too, foot, more foot guards. These are more elite troops here. You yourself have some Imperial Guardsmen here. They've been working for Napoleon for 20 years, and they have the bearskins here. Let me zoom in. I just want to see their bearskin hats. See here it is, their bearskin hat here. So if we go like this, you can actually see their bearskin hats. And let me show this bearskin hat for a second. So something like that, right? And the idea is to make them seem really tall. In order to join the Imperial Guard, you had to be at least 5'10". So you're picking 6 foot or almost 6 foot guys, putting them all in the group together, and they all fought with Napoleon for at least 10 years. These Imperial Guardsmen, some of the newer guardsmen, the young guard, I think they're over here, they're called, and the requirements might be a little bit less, but they all still have to be tall, imposing, fearsome too, right? So that was kind of the thing. And then we have the professional soldiers, the fusiliers. They call them line infantry because they're good at fighting in this kind of war, standing in a line and shooting their guns, right? And then we have grenadiers. These are also in the game they can actually throw grenades, but I think in real life they couldn't throw grenades because grenades were not a thing. But they're also supposedly elite infantry too. All across Europe, grenadiers were usually the tall 6 foot guys too. So if you were tall, you got put into some of these elite units, which is actually a good thing because they were usually the last to be told to attack, right? You save them until the critical point in the battle, then you attack with them. At the start, you're attacking with your normal infantry, and then you have some of these different types of horsemen. Skirmishers, basically they have a carbine and they don't wear any armor. The armor wasn't very useful, so if you look at these cuirassiers, they wear this armor. It's not bulletproof, it's more to scare people, right? A lot of what they do here is to scare people. So you have a bearskin hats so that they look more fearsome, and then you wear this armor plate, even though it can't really stop bullets, mostly to scare people. I mean, it would have been useful if the horse was fighting the horse, right? So because they have swords, so the main point of the horse was to fight other horse. So what you do is you don't want to be attacked in the back or attacked in the flanks, so you send your horse to fight their horse. That's how it went, right? And then you have a different kind of horse here called lancers. They have a spear, and basically use them to stab. And in the actual Battle of the Waterloo, the French lancers routed the British heavy cavalry. So these spear cavalry actually beat the ones with the armor and the swords, the British version of it, because spears are actually better at charging. I mean, if you look at basically the battle map for Waterloo, June 1815, what you see is, I mean, most of you already know this history if you're playing this game or you're watching this. Basically, the infantry attacks early in the morning. It fails. Napoleon's infantry, that's der Erlan, and then Michael Ney attacks with only his cavalry a little later in the day when Napoleon was sick and he wasn't around, and basically he comes back and the whole attack fails because of something called square formation. You're gonna see when we play the game when we go into square formation. And then late in the day, Napoleon doesn't have any more choice, so he sends his Imperial Guardsmen in really late in the game, and those also get beaten back, and basically the British win the battle with the help of the Prussian reinforcements and all the tactical mistakes by the French and Napoleon. This is definitely not one of his better battles. I mean, there are other ones where he was known for sort of to be a tactical genius, but in this one, it's sort of a frontal attack, right? He's pressed for time. He doesn't want the Prussians to attack to reinforce the English, but he also can't. He also doesn't really have the foresight to see that if he attacks directly like this, it's just going to be a total failure. Part of the reason is these houses are heavily fortified, right? Attacking a fortified position is always bad. Another part of the reason is the British are put on this reverse slope. So what you do is you hide your infantry behind this slope, and the slope actually serves to stop the French artillery from hitting you, right? So it's a reverse slope defense. Of course, this is a video game. You can see all the soldiers, all the red on a mini map like this. In real life, it wouldn't have been like that, right? So if you put your soldiers on a reverse slope, what would happen is your scouts, maybe they don't see the full extent of the British of the enemy, right? Maybe they don't see it because they're behind a hill, so you don't see it. There's no planes, obviously. So if you hide your soldiers behind it, even nowadays, you use a reverse slope defense if you basically want to stay hidden from sight, right? Sometimes tanks will stay hidden behind a hill, so they can stay hidden from sight. Of course, when you crest over the hill, you sort of become vulnerable, but that's a different story, right? So basically, these British are on the hill. They have enormous advantage over you. Even if this was normal mode, not very hard or easy mode, you would just sort of barely win this map if you attacked up the road. And another thing is, just for this map only, these houses are indestructible to your artillery. So you can try, and basically, because this is a game, right? The British artillery here is actually much worse than it was in the in reality. It's only got a few cannons here, and really the game doesn't do a very much justice to. I mean, we all know this game, right? In Waterloo, War doesn't do very much justice to the size of this. For example, there's 160 guys. There wasn't only just a few hundred guys in the battle, or 1,000 if you count the most of the battle. There was 100,000 people fighting on each side. So even if you add an extra zero to everything, it wouldn't be enough, right? But that's just the game engine. It's just a representation of it. But that also means certain things, right? What that means is that the casualties that we basically have to inflict on them, we don't have to inflict too many to basically get them to. Sorry, I had that map on for a little too long. We don't have to inflict too many casualties on them to get them to disappear. And the name of the game is to get them to run, right? If they run and they don't fight you, that's better. You don't have to kill every single one of them, right? That's what we're going to do. So you have these sort of Fusiliers here. Now, this game, what's kind of annoying about it is the hills. So if you zoom in and you see sort of the hills, you see the hills, and you see little different levels in variation in the height of the hills can actually block your bullets, right? And so depending on how you put your soldiers, maybe your bullets would just shoot all the way into the hill. They won't hit anything at all, right? So actually, what we're going to do, here's the strategy that we're going to do. We're going to basically go move our entire army to the right, wheel up this road here, and fight the Prussians up here, right? Before they can reinforce the English. Then we're going to form a battle line right across this this tree line. It's going to be a little bit of a special one, and you'll see when I actually do it. And then we're going to sweep across like this and attack straight across like that, right? That's how we're going to do it. So we're not going to directly attack them. We're going to take advantage of us knowing where the Prussians are gonna come from, right? And we're gonna attack from the side because they're too heavily fortified, and I haven't come up with a way to attack them directly and win yet. Maybe I'll redo another video if I figure out a way to attack them directly and win on very hard. Probably it would be attacking straight up this road here and winning them very hard. But this is the way we're going to do it. Now, when we're sending the when we're wheeling our soldiers to the right side, we want to basically set them to run. We're going to set them to run so that they don't get hit by the artillery. And then for these artillery pieces here, we're going to set them to go directly backwards, right? That way, because as soon as they go directly backwards, you see there's a hill here, a hilly spot, and the British artillery, as we're doing all this, it's going to be shooting us all the time. So if you do this badly, you can lose 500 men, 1,000 men. You don't really want to lose that many people at the start without doing anything, right? So we're going to just sort of move them backwards, and the artillery will sort of miss a lot. You'll see when I do it. So let's get this started. I've already talked way too much. We're gonna send the Fusiliers this way, and we're gonna send them over here to sort of be here. Because what we're gonna do is when we aggro the Prussians to come down this road, they're gonna be down here. They're gonna be shooting down, and what we want to do is we want to be sort of in this sort of little groove here, so not too many of our men get shot. Right? That's what we're gonna try and do. So it's somewhere along like this, and we're gonna keep our soldiers. Normally, what you want to do is sort of to form a battle line. So you want a long, thin line of maybe 2 or 3 ranks, right? But we're gonna keep them close together, and the reason is we're gonna have to form square because the Prussians also have horse they're gonna come and attack with, right? At the back, we're gonna keep our Imperial Guardsmen just to provide a little bit of fire support here, and they're also gonna run. We're gonna send our Grenadiers here, right over here, and we're gonna send 3 of our horse units. Now, the reason why it's 3 and not 1 is because you need 3 to aggro the Prussians to spawn. So basically, you need to send 3 horsemen halfway up this map here to aggro the Prussians to spawn, and basically they'll spawn and they'll chase you down this road. Now, what is normally supposed to happen is the Prussians are supposed to start coming when you start attacking up this this hill, attacking the British, right? That's probably how it's scripted. So that's why they respond to 3 and not 1, because they don't start coming if you send 1 at a time, right? These horses are not gonna be used. We're gonna save them for later on. And these ones I need to set to run too. And also the Grenadiers who are moving, set to run. And Napoleon himself is gonna be set to run. Back here. Alright, let's unpause and see how it goes. Now what we want to do is we want to watch this artillery because it is unlimbering. What that means is it's going, and it's basically the horses are hooking up to the cannons so that it can move. And there's one more thing. Actually, I've forgotten to move my horse artillery. Now the thing is, we're not going to use our artillery too much to kill the Prussians. You've got to be careful with this because there's a hill here, right? And as the Prussians come up, you see it's not a very good angle to shoot, and you don't want to shoot your own men. One of the most annoying parts about this game is there's a lot of friendly fire, right? And you don't want that to happen. So you deploy the horse artillery, but these other 2 artillery pieces, you're gonna see we're not gonna deploy them. So let's have this happen. Everyone starts moving. So the entire French army is moving to the right side along with Napoleon, and the British artillery should start shooting pretty soon. And now we're ready to move. Let's move this back here, and we're gonna move this as far back as the hill would allow, right? And then once we're back behind the hill, then we're gonna make this movement of this slow artillery, because the horse artillery is fast. If you take a look at the horse artillery here, it's already over here, right? It's very fast, but this foot artillery is very, very slow, and because it's slow, it's going to get massacred by the British artillery if you just move it straight across the map to the right side, right? So we're not going to do that. We're going to move it directly backwards behind this hill to move it over here, and this is the way that I've had the most success with it, right? So let's keep going. And here comes the British will start shooting. Here comes the artillery shooting. We've lost 6 men so far, grenadiers, and some of the horse, I think. No, just the grenadiers so far. And now they should start shooting this artillery here that's moving in the center. Yeah. See, they hit, but they don't really hit because it's moving directly backwards. So if you're moving directly backwards on artillery, it's a pretty good chance that it's not going to hit, right? I don't know what the reason for that is, but that happens. So you actually save your artillery. So if I speed this up a little, basically all my soldiers are moving into position, and as soon as the artillery is ready, we're going to move it across. See, not a single artillery man or cannon has been destroyed or died. If you move it straight across the map to the right side, what will happen is that the French artillery will basically, it might be routed. Okay, so they got lucky. They destroyed one of my artillery pieces. It's still pretty good though. See, 3 out of 4. Usually what happens if you move it straight across is they manage to destroy an entire piece of artillery, right? And that's not what we want to see happen. So we managed to do this, and now we move it across like this, and it will be all right from this point on, right? One cannon is destroyed. That's pretty unlucky, but that's fine. This is basically what it is, right? Now let's just make sure that we're not being shot at here. See, now we're sort of behind this hill where they can't actually hit you, right? So that's sort of the defense we have for artillery pieces. So it's 22 minutes in. I spent about 15 minutes talking. And we have 35 minutes here left in a timer. It's going to take us about 10 minutes to kill the Prussians. Get everything into position, all our soldiers especially. And we want Napoleon to be a little bit further back. Let's wait until everyone is in position before you start it. I mean, in theory, I can go up here right now. What you want to do is go up this way like this. And what's going on is, as soon as you reach the halfway mark of this, the Prussians are going to appear at the end of the road, right? And then you want to retreat backwards as soon as they appear. They're going to be aggro to attack you immediately, right? And you sort of want to put them over here because you want the Lancers in front, because you want to use them later on, very, very soon. You'll see what I mean by that a little later on. I put them in the wrong spot here, so I want to basically there. That's what I want to do. These grenadiers over here. Now the horses are pulling back, and the Prussians will slowly appear. Now, if I had attacked normally, what would have happened is the Prussians would have basically attacked straight across the hill and intercepted you as you were attacking the British up the hill like that. And it would have been sort of, you would have been caught in a hammer and anvil sort of situation where they would come in and attack you from both sides. Actually, it was sort of a central strategy battle tactic of Napoleon to, it's called a central position. So you attack all your soldiers right in the middle and sort of split the difference and destroy the enemy in detail, right? But that's not really very well represented in the game because in the game, if you're attacked from behind, you get a massive morale loss, right? I only played the historical battles right now. I'm not playing the campaigns. I probably won't ever play campaign mode because I'm not too into that. But basically, you don't want to be attacked from both sides ever, right? If someone's attacking you from behind, that's a very big disadvantage. So let's take a look at these soldiers here. I want to do this. In the game, at least, right? So we want to do this, and we see this here. They can sort of shoot over the hill, but are sort of protected, you know. Another thing is they're sort of barely touching this brush, and if you're touching trees in the game or inside brush or stuff like that, you get a little bit of a defense bonus. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but maybe if you're touching these trees or this little grass here, you actually get the same defense bonus for all your units here, right? That's actually possible. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I've gotten good results for this, as you're gonna see, and I think it's partly true. So let's unlimber my artillery here. They're gonna start shooting, and the reason why I don't want to put my horse artillery in the front here is because what happens is a lot of friendly fire happens, and your artillery actually kills each other. So you don't really want to do that. And basically, you don't really need your artillery to win this fight against the Prussians, right? It's going to be mostly your infantry in square, and the morale bonus provided by Napoleon himself, who's basically standing right here, right? He's going to be watching. So here it comes. Here the fight's starting soon. Alright, here it is. Everyone's shooting. 4 of them are dead already. 4 is actually a lot. 4 of them are dead. And 4 of mine are dead. See, it doesn't seem like that much, but what you're doing is you're waiting for them to come. So as soon as you don't want a height disadvantage when fighting someone, right? So this is a very specific technique that I'm using, or tactic, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna set the canister shot here, and the reason why I'm doing it like this is the Prussian general will appear very soon, and then he'll charge his way down, and then 2 battalions of Prussian horse will also come. So you're sort of buying yourself time, right? By standing right here, you're sort of hoping that they miss everything, and you survive long enough for the Prussians to basically kill themselves on you. I mean, it seems very unusual, but that's what it is, right? Here comes Blucher, their general, and then their horse is going to come very soon as well. Okay, they're getting shot down by my canister shot, which is very good. Canister is sort of like the shotgun bullets coming out of the artillery. And it's a good thing I didn't put my artillery here, because they would start shooting each other and shooting your own soldiers. That'd be very bad. Let's get this in. Alright, looks like One of them is going to be routed fairly soon. Alright, now let's put everything into square mode. I mean, it's just the general unit, which is not a real horse unit, right? It's only 24 horses, but it takes a while to form the square, and it's still a few casualties, right? Looks like these grenadiers survived somehow. I should have been targeting them instead of the soldiers over there. Okay, now you're in square formation here, and it takes a charge from the horse. Now, in the real battle, square was done by the British, and to defend against the French horse charges, and you actually need a lot more men to form the square formation. So the paintings look like this, but you actually need about at least it's between 500 and 1,000 men you need, and maybe more. Like when Napoleon was fighting in the pyramids, he had squares of thousands and thousands of men, right? And basically you get all your soldiers to form a solid wall of men. Inside you keep a reserve of soldiers in case there's any gaps, and you sort of reinforce the gaps, right? So you can shoot from all directions. In the game, the square is very overpowered. So if you go into square and fight horses, you can defend against even the worst infantry can defend against the best horse if you're in square formation, right? So you have these dragoons. These are not bad. Ordinary horse, they have the special ability that can get off their horse and fight in a line. And over here you have lancers, so they're very good at charging, right? And both of these are going to be defeated very easily by my square formation. You'll see in a second. All right, so the Prussian general charged the square, and he died. Let's see if I can go after this, right? I don't want to. Maybe I can do this. I mean, I don't know why these are moving like this. Probably because they're trying to hit the horse that are breaking into the middle of the square. Alright. All the horse died, they all got routed. These horse got routed, and so did these musketeers. Let's shoot this. Yeah, they're all routed. All the Prussian flags have disappeared. It means they're all running. All their officers are dead, or all their morale is killed, and they're running. They're not going to fight anymore. See, look at this one here. They've got 146 soldiers left, but they're still shattered. They're not going to fight anymore, right? If this was the campaign, I don't know how the campaign goes, but I'm guessing you would send your soldiers over to kill as many of them as possible, so you wouldn't have to. They wouldn't appear on the world map again, right? But we're just playing a single battle, so it's sort of a waste to chase them down. You don't really want to chase them down. Unlimbered artillery. Get everyone out of square as soon as you can. And what we're going to do is we're going to send our lancers to attack the foot artillery. Now, why do we want to do that? Besides the fact that they're exposed, the reason is that as soon as you attack artillery with your horse, the computer always sends all their horse to try and defend the artillery, right? That's just the way the computer works. So if you do that, what happens is it triggers their horse, and then they send their horse in to fight you. Now, if the British send in all their soldiers all at once to attack you all at once, you would lose, because in very hard mode, there's more of them. Each one of them is better than yours, and it's very hard to achieve any sort of, it's not a fair fight basically, right? So what you want to do is basically get all their horse to attack you, and that way you can kill the horse off when they don't have any infantry support or artillery support, right? Just like the way you kill the horse here with the square. You send your soldiers into square and you kill off their horse very quickly. Some of their horse is very, very good and lasts a very long time, even with the square. But you're gonna see very soon. Now, I'm waiting a bit because I want these horses to get in the front before I start moving everyone else. All right, and now I'm going to basically send my soldiers to deploy them. All right. Now, where do I actually want to go? So how we're going to deploy? Let me bring down the this a little bit. How we're going to deploy them is we're gonna send we're gonna deploy our elite infantry here. Sort of starting at this tree, we're gonna move like this, making sure that it goes a little bit over the hill and to the bottom of the line here, basically a 3. And the reason why we're gonna do this is because we're not gonna have enough soldiers to go all the way across the map and form a perfect line, right? And the computer, as soon as they see that you don't have a perfect line, they send all their soldiers and attack that point. We want to sort of avoid that, right? Of course, you can use that to bait the computer to come, but we're not going to do that this time. Now, for this horse artillery here, we're gonna, once it's able to, it's still hooking up with the horse. We're gonna put it on this hill here, and we're gonna send these 2 grenadier groups. One is gonna be up like this, and we're gonna send the other grenadiers here. Right. I like putting the grenadiers next to the artillery to guard them, because grenadiers are very good at melee fighting. So if you look at the grenadiers, they've got melee attack 10 and defense 11. And if you look at a normal soldiers like Fusiliers, they've got melee attack 7 and defense 9. So the grenadiers, the 6-foot guys, are better at fighting. We'll send them there. Now for these ones, the Sauchers or Cheval, they're the horsemen with guns. And you want to put the horsemen of guns sort of behind the artillery and the... because what happens is the computer always uses their horse to attack your artillery, right? So you want to do this, and then you want to maximize the amount of firepower that you're able to throw at them. And it kills a lot of horse if you do this. Next, we're gonna pick all our heavy cavalry together. That's these cuirassiers and these 2 named units. Now, Michael Ney is about as good as the cuirassiers, and the Erlan is not. Despite being a named unit, he's actually weaker, right? So if you look at these numbers here, melee attack 14, the Erlan is actually pretty bad, right? Michael Ney is much better than the Erlan, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna keep all the quote-unquote named units and heavy cavalry, the knights, together, and we're gonna put them right over here. And they may get a chance to fight very early on if the British attack early on. Now Napoleon himself, where we're gonna put him? We're gonna put him right over here, and the reason is there's a little bit of a crest in the hill, right? So we're gonna put him here, so the artillery may sort of miss him. The computer really likes to target Napoleon early on. I've had cases where Napoleon is reduced to halfway his unit before he even gets into battle. But if you do this, it's a pretty good place to protect yourself. If you put him over here, also a good place. But if you stand him out in the open, he's gonna get shot up by the artillery, right? And we don't want that. Even right now, it says 23 out of 24. So he actually got shot and hit. One of his horses died, and we don't want that. So let's have everyone move. You have to do this to get them to all move at maximum speed. And now these 2 pieces of artillery, what you want to do is, normally I'd want to put them on the hill too, but it takes quite a long time to go to the hill. So what you can do is you can bring them basically here and sort of put them in gaps in the line, right? When there's a place to put the artillery, you're going to see we're going to find a gap, we're going to make a gap and put the artillery there so that they can fire a line of canister. Okay. Everyone has the orders. Let's get the show on the road. Except for the horse artillery. The horse artillery is still hooking up. There we go. Horse artillery. And I think it's ready. It's ready. Is it ready? Oh, what you want to do is, I mean, it's wasting ammo, right? These soldiers actually do have ammo. So if you look at Saussure, you see ammunition 8. You don't want to use them to waste their ammunition on the fleeing ones. So you can go like this. If you look at some of these, you know, they have ammunition 9. So I don't know how much of the ammunition they've already used, but basically after 9 volleys, they cannot shoot anymore, and they can only melee, right? Artillery has infinite ammunition, so that's something that you want to really take advantage of in this game. So here's artillery. The horse artillery is ready to deploy. I'm going to deploy them sort of a little bit halfway up this hill, because remember I put the grenadiers on either side of them, right? Now the lancers are coming. Here they are. They're coming to kill the Prussian artillery. Now, if you don't kill the Prussian artillery with the lancers, what happens is the British, they take forever to form their line, and they attack with the horse and the infantry. So it gets very, very difficult, maybe impossible to beat the British if you do not do this. So it's very important for you to basically do this right now and attack. I mean, they're getting ready here to shoot. You're attacking, you're killing them. And the British they're not getting aggroed for some reason. Maybe it's not close enough to get them to aggro. The horses are not moving. Okay, I've got to improvise a little because I've never had a case where the horses don't move. I guess I was too good, killed this a little too fast and needed to be a little bit up there. So let me move my lancers up a little bit, and maybe this will basically aggro their horse to come after me. Okay, there it goes. Here comes their horse. Let's send it back. And since their horse is coming, what you can do is you can put your own horse in diamond, so that they're ready for the British horse that is coming. Now you see it's starting to move around, starting to run around. Dutch light dragoons, you want to kill these off at the very start. Here they come, the Dutch light dragoons. And they're probably coming after your lancers, because horses like to attack lancers, because lancers are vulnerable to cavalry charges. Let's get them this. Now if you take a look at all my soldiers, they're marching really, really quickly to go, but the foot artillery, oh, something's happened here. It looks like my Fusiliers did not move at all. I should have paid a little bit more attention. They did not move. I did not actually order them to move. So what they've got to do is they've got to go right here, right? Hopefully this is not a mistake that cost me the map. It shouldn't. There should be enough time to get them over there. I should have paid attention and made sure that everything was moving, right? Now here comes the British, the cavalry, and you want to attack now. And get Napoleon out of the way in case they're charging Napoleon. I've never actually had them charge Napoleon before, but let's have them go like this. Alright, see, look, it looks like that they all got shot. Now let's put the artillery like this. Maybe I can even get some shots off. So what you want to do is you want to go into square formation as they're basically coming in to try and shoot you, right? Something like this. You want to go in square formation, square, and square. Yeah, you see a lot of them are getting killed by the square. Alright, now there are some horse that are coming the other way around. They may be coming to basically kill the artillery, and that's because I didn't move my Fusiliers early enough, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a unit of Fusiliers into square right now to guard the rear here. I think the Earl of Uxbridge is coming around the rear, and this is one of the possibilities. If this happens to you, you will have to basically improvise like this too. If the British decide to basically attack a little bit early, right, from the rear with their horses. So I think it's going to be okay. Basically, this artillery is going to make it, but. Now, what you want to do is you want to get your soldiers here out of square so that you can basically, and then get these back on top of the hill, right? Because you want them on the hill so that they can attack down the hill. Now, if something attacks down the hill, it's very powerful. And I'm gonna target the horse artillery to start from there. Here they come. The horse is coming. Your horse is coming. What I'll do is I'll get these artillery ready, just in case I need to have them shoot. These ones here, hopefully they make it. They should. And Napoleon is all the way back here. Let's bring him a little closer and see if I can give some sort of reinforcement to this. And maybe I can get these to. I mean, their soldiers are forming up here. They're getting ready, but there's still a bit of time, and I can get them on the hill to shoot the Earl as he comes up this way, right? It's the Earl of Uxbridge. I don't know if the artillery. Maybe my artillery is gonna be dead. Looks like he managed to kill my artillery. That's fine. As long as they doesn't manage, I can still survive this without artillery, right? Let's see if I have to make any modifications to my line here. Not really. I just need to march them this way like this here. And this here, my horse artillery, where are they? Okay, let's have these sort of sit behind the horse artillery to sort of be a final line of defense for the horse artillery here. And you will put your grenadiers to the side of the horses here firing upward. And your other grenadiers here will be sort of here to the side like this as well. So they're gonna have to I mean, am I shooting this way correctly? It's aiming forward, right? I believe it is aiming forward. Let's watch and see. I want to see. I don't know why these are not moving here. Maybe they're blocking the cannons from properly moving. That's what it looks like. Okay, it looks like the horse are charging here. The dragoons. Let's have these go into square. And I mean, they're probably coming after my artillery right over here, right? Here they come, shooting. These ones are shooting the horse too. The horse are getting shot up really badly here. Under missile attack and melee. Here it comes. The horse is getting shot up. They're losing all their horse. I mean, I think these are doing fine. Combatant winning slightly. What I'll do is I'll bring my artillery up to here. The center here. Get these a little closer. Let's see how long it takes to rout the Earl of Uxbridge. I mean, usually he's such a good horse unit that it's taking forever for the square to kill him. He's probably one of the best horse units, if not the best horse unit in the game. And he's getting routed here. He's already lost 40 horses. And the horses here, they're being lost. Old Guard. Let's put these in the square too, so they have some bonus against the dragoons. I mean, I hope there's not friendly fire going on here, right? Horses are getting killed. Let's watch down here. We're gonna start shooting here. And the lifeguards are coming. So the lifeguards are coming to charge. The lifeguards are basically those, if you go to Buckingham Palace and then you see them basically with their bearskin hats. So if you look at, these are the French bearskins. So the Imperial Guard, the Napoleon's troops are wearing them right now. And after the Battle of Waterloo, after the French lose it, they sort of start wearing it like this, right? And I even picked a picture of the U.S. military. They have some. There's one specific kind of soldier that wears the bearskin hat too. But this time around, the British are not going to win this battle. So we're going to defeat the lifeguards. They're elite cavalry, and because they're so good, the best thing to do is to have them attack your square. But it looks like they're coming in this way, and what's going to happen is they're going to attack my artillery here, the horse artillery. So what I should do is get my horse ready to sort of come down, hammer and anvil technique, right? So you have these horse here. And more horse here. Basically go like this. um, and they may not. They may go straight for the horse. If they go straight for the horse, there's not going to be much to say, right? You can retreat the horse behind the cannons, but I'm probably not going to do that. All right. Looks like they broke my square somehow, probably because they killed too many of them or something. I don't know what happened. I gave them an order, something happened, they broke the square. That's very unusual, right? You never see a square actually breaking. But they're retreating now, so they've lost everything. They've actually broken the square. Now the square is broken. What you want to see is I want to send my Fusiliers here to basically back to where they were supposed to be, which is forming a battle line like this, right? Now I don't actually want to form a battle line like that. I want to basically leave a space for my artillery. Something like this, but with a space for my artillery. I want to see where my artillery actually goes. I may not have a space at all. I may simply put them in the front, maybe like this. Maybe I'll put them in the brush here so that they get maybe a little bit of bonus somehow. I mean, I don't want their canister shot to start hitting the brush. I mean, one way for me to do it is to put it like this, right? I use the house to sort of protect me from their fire and have the canister shooting like this, right? I've never tried that before. Let's try that. And let's have your Fusiliers here form a battle line straight across like this. I want to go straight across like this. And send Napoleon back to where the action is, which is over here. So it looks like the horse are dying here. They're trying to fight, and they fled. All right. They fled. Get them out of the square formation and back into line formation. Excuse me. These grenadiers, looks like there's a little bit of overlap here. Let's go like this. Now let's see where the horses are. The horses are sort of running around. They're running backwards. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, here come the here come the last Prussian units, musketeers, and it looks like some militia here. I do not really want to waste my horse on militia, but I am going to send them down to rout the musketeers really quickly. Now it looks like they're forming a line here. Steady, concern, general not dead. Okay, I think I'm gonna send my horse because I don't want to redeploy my infantry to attack that. And they're just militia, so it should be possible to. There we go. They should rout as soon as they get hit by the horse right there. Alright, let's send my horse back up here. These ones should basically be defeated very quickly as well. Looks like I'm gonna have to charge them. Alright, I didn't have to do that. They routed. Alright, now let's they've still got the lifeguards remaining, so let's see how many horse they have. They have horse artillery, a lot of infantry, and they've got some lifeguards left. Any dragoons? They don't. So the only thing they've got is their lifeguards guarding their artillery, which is what they've got. Let's keep your horse back. I mean, one way to play this is to basically send all your horses right now to start attacking them. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to basically start that yet. I mean, here's another thing, right? I could put my artillery right in the center here, and I mean, this is a way that I can do it. I can put my, like this, and then I can put this artillery right in the center here for when they come. And I think what's happening is the British are forming sort of a battle line. I'm going to send my lancers to try and destroy that one artillery piece there, and get their lifeguards to sort of charge and waste themselves. I mean, the artillery is right in the open, right? They're leaving it in the open. You might as well basically get those kills. Here they come. And hopefully I can get the lancers out of there before they take too much damage. Here the artillery's dead, dying. The horse is dead. Alright. Looks like one of my horse is basically routed completely. And the artillery is also completely dead, but my lancers may be dead. So this may have been a mistake. I traded the artillery piece for lancers, but whatever. I managed to do it, and I can't go straight like that because I'm going to charge straight into those spikes. So I have to charge like this, and hopefully I can escape before too many of them die. Alright, looks like I managed to escape with 45 of them. They're still alive, 45 are still alive, that's alright. Let's have my horse artillery fire on something else. I mean, there's no artillery pieces left, so I don't have to worry about them. Let's have them fire on the foot guards. Let's keep this one in the back, ready to charge for when I needed it. Alright, it looks like that the Dutch line infantry is already here. And I should have already had these on canister ready to shoot them, right? Should have been my... Now, there are troops coming all the way around. Nassau Jaegers. I'm not too worried about them. They're skirmishers. Alright, the canister should destroy them now. These out of here. And let's get the horse sort of on this slope here so that they have to come across the slope to kind of get me. I don't want them to accidentally run into these, right? Alright. Probably I should bring Napoleon closer because it seems like the battle is being joined over here, which is fine. I mean, the battle will be joined there, so I need to keep them sort of close enough so we can affect everyone. A little bit closer. Just a little bit closer and they can fire. A couple steps ahead. I think they're focusing on the left flank because they think it's weak. So I'm definitely going to send Napoleon there. I'm pretty confident about it because it's got a cannon firing canister. And soon Napoleon. But maybe the computer knows something that I don't. Okay, here they come on this side here. King German Light Foot is coming. And the bulk of the British forces seem to be coming on the hill, right? That's where they're coming. So this is what I'm going to do. They've got these lifeguards at 60 out of 60, but I've also got about 100 and 200 horse. So I'm going to send my horses sort of going all the way around, and maybe they'll start chasing my horses, I don't know. And if not, I'll just use them to attack them in the back when I need them to. If they start chasing my horses, I can start getting them to follow me around the map. Probably they will use their lifeguards to protect their general and their artillery. So they've still got some elite horses left, right? Let's move them all the way around here. And it's going to tire them out. They're not going to be that good at fighting after I run them around like this, but that's fine. And let's see how many of these are left. Combatant winning slightly, combatant losing slightly. So let's hope Napoleon turns the tide here. And these extra two, I mean, let's do this here. Okay, let's go over here. That's a little too far there. Let's morale boost you. And so it looks like some of their soldiers are actually moving around to attack down the hill, and that's fine. I will sort of crush them with the horse here, attacking downhill, right? If they don't want to chase my horse around, that's fine. I will just use my horse to attack them as they attack down the hill. And we've got artillery here. We can already do canister and the foot guards. My horses are, my artillery is engaging, and the horses are engaging here on this side here. And what you want to do is sort of have them sort of like this, so that when they crest the hill, you can shoot them, right? Now, normally you don't want to give height advantage. You want to shoot down the hill, but I had very bad results sort of shooting down the hill with these grenadiers. I don't know the reason why. I think it's because the grenadiers, for some reason, they shoot worse down the hill. I don't know what the reason is, but the point is, I'm not in a rush to basically to start fighting them. I want them to go over the hill and basically go like that. Now, where are the actual the British troops here? Now I want to do this again, and soon they'll basically charge you, right? If they charge you, the best thing to do is to go into square. So you want to go into square here. And let's get these horses ready to do their thing, right? The horses are getting ready here. I mean, what the computer is doing is they're keeping their strongest horse unit out of the fight and guarding their artillery. I guess they decided to do that with their lifeguards this time around. Usually they don't. They just use their dragoons to do that. But here they come. I want them to start shooting first before I charge them with the horse. And there's also a group of lancers here I can charge with. Now they're gonna start in here in melee. What you can do here is you can charge them like this, or you can actually go like this and have a line of battle here, right? And you can actually just shoot them. It looks like I should be able to shoot them like that. And these ones are being outranged by their rifles. So I want to basically engage the rifles, but I can't because they don't have good range. So what can I do here? Fire and advanced mode. I think that's what I need to do. I think I'm just going to advance like this, right? Nothing too complicated. If they're out of range, I'm going to move into range. I've got two battalions here, so it should be good enough. I mean, they're shooting into the hill. I don't want them to waste their ammo like that. Now let's bring in the lancers to over here somewhere. and you're gonna hit him in the back with these horse. There's a big fight going on. I want to get a little bit closer to the fight, so let's go over here. I mean, there's a fight here as well, but what you're doing is you're sort of shooting them in the back, right? And the rifles made one of my French Fusiliers retreat. I mean, I sort of knew that would happen, but it's already starting to attack, right? I don't want them to stop both of them, so let's sort of forget that. I'm sending them into fight here, to melee there, and maybe the rifles will start shooting my artillery soon. But I'll deal with the rifles later. I'll send a horse unit to kill them. Oh, looks like I killed a lot of my own men there with my canister. That's kind of stupid. Okay, here come the King's German Legion foot. They're fighting my artillery now. I gotta turn the and let's use one of these boosts on, say, this one here. I mean, now they're starting to attack like this, and I don't know if I should be attacking them in the back or what. All because of those rifles, you know, the rifles made my line row. And I sort of wasted that. I knew they were gonna rout, but here they come. My artillery, my horse artillery, it's destroyed. They destroyed it. But let's see what I've got here. Let's send the horse around to destroy the light infantry. And what I'll do is I'll send my horse here too. I'll send them around to kill the rifles too. That's what I'll do. Okay, here comes their general here. The 20 is right over there. And once you kill him, what have you got here? Let's do it out there. Let's go like this and get them ready to shoot. Okay, this now what about this horse here? What have I got here? I think they're bringing in their lifeguards. They're bringing in their lifeguards to try and shoot. Let's go like this. I mean, I'm attacking them, but the general still seems strong. Still seems around and alive. And I'm sort of shooting them here, you know. I'm forming a battle line of shooting them. And it looks like that the rifles managed to kill off my artillery. That's fine. That's a pretty good thing, you know. I need to remember that next time I'm try to send the skirmishers over to kill the. Anyway, the grenadiers here, and the right flank has been won. It's been total victory now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send the horse back here to attack as many of these infantry as I can, right? Because the infantry, I need to rout the infantry fast before their lifeguards come. See, this one can go in the square, but these two can't, so it's kind of dangerous situation for me. Their lifeguards could come and kill a lot. Let's do that. Any more horse here? Grenadiers. Let me zoom into this horse here. This horse can attack the back too with that. And these grenadiers here, I can have them basically charge in the battle too, right? Because they're good at melee. And I've got more horse here. Might go nay. They do go like this. I mean, the thing is, they've committed everything now, so I can send my horse through the map and basically destroy the artillery if I need to. Other thing is, there's a light infantry here coming to the back. I'm gonna turn around and actually I'm gonna melee. That way, it's one big blob, and if they shoot, they can't shoot me in the back a lot, right? So that's what's gonna happen here. I'll charge them here. This one here can attack these ones here too. And get them away from those skirmishers. The skirmishers are good at killing in general, right? I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. Let's melee and attack those horse here. These horse here will attack the foot guards. Alright, here it is. Looks like a lot of their horse are coming to attack. Nassau Jaggers are coming from the top. They're coming over. The lifeguards are coming. Let's see what I can do to beat off the horse. These will go in the square, and these will also go in the square. Let's try and save these horse somehow, because they're gonna get charged by the lifeguards. I don't want that to happen. Here they come, the square, and hopefully shooting them to bits. Let's have everyone rally. And 24 horse against the Duke here. Maybe you'll kill the general. And these ones here, let's have them charge that way. I mean, I can get them to use the artillery again. There's two artillery men left. I can get them to use the artillery. Okay, a lot of horses are dying here. Only 20 horses left. Let's have them fight the 50 horses there. I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't. Actually, no, I'm gonna go and attack here. get them out of the diamond formation because they're wasting a lot of time trying to go into diamond. Charge with that. Alright, I think they're getting shot up by the square, and that's what's happening here. Here's the echelon. How many is there? That's a full 80, and you've got 28 here. Not enough. Let's chase the Duke. Alright, looks like you're... Okay, let's see if I can kill some of the Duke here. Now, let's see, what have we got here? Under missile attack, firing 2 old guard units. Let's see if I can get them into some sort of line here to fight. Nassau Jaegers. Fusiliers of the line. I mean, there's very little left, right? They have very little left right now. I basically want, but I want to see how I can do with as few casualties as possible. Maybe I can charge them here. That's what I can do. Just make it a melee. Because I don't want to outshoot skirmishers, right? And down here I'm shooting the horse, and they've got light infantry here. And these lancers, get the hell out of there because the lancers are getting targeted. Now what are these ones here? Young guard under missile attack. Let's see, maybe I can have them fight the horses, melee the horses. I don't know why they're not shooting the horse. Hopefully they start shooting the horse now. Alright, there goes Wellington. Wellington is down, and combatant winning the echelon. Only 20 horse left, right? Let's not push it. Ney and the echelon. Let's fight these rifles. I mean, the rifles are bad at fighting ranged, but the lancers are also bad, so I don't know who's gonna win. I think the lancers are gonna win. Here come the horses here to attack the last of the rifles. They should be able to do it. And soon their whole army should rout soon. Alright, and let's see if I have to send more horse over just to kill their, where's Napoleon here? He's got 12 left. I don't know if I can do this and bring him back. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, I've got a few horses left. I mean, they're fighting to the last man. They should have surrendered by now. Their whole group. There you go. And that's it. That's their whole army surrendered now, or they're running. All right. I mean, this was pretty good, and we have a victory now. And I mean, we have a lot of troops left. A lot of troops died, but let's see how close it was. And I think this is one of the best maps that I've played for this one. So click on close. We see I've killed twice as many people as them, and a lot of these horse killed a lot of people, right? The artillery too killed a lot of people. One of these artillery pieces got totally destroyed. Didn't kill anyone. That was the one that was killed by the horse at the start. But basically, that's it. This is how you beat this map with killing twice the amount of soldiers that you lost, right? So I've lost 1,400 soldiers, and here I basically killed something like enemy killed 2,080, and basically it's nice to see which ones are the most effective. So if you look at the Erlan, the one that I said wasn't that good, he actually killed twice his number. If you look at, say, Maconnais, he didn't kill very many at all, but he had most of his horses left, right? And it looks like half of Napoleon's bodyguards died, but I didn't actually send Napoleon in to fight. I probably should have at the end. I was just trying to save him. And a lot of kills from most of my soldiers here, right? So that's great. Most people, when they fight this map, it's down to the last man, right? And it's very, very close. But you see ours, it was a close victory, but it wasn't that close, right? I still had about, let's say, 40% of my army left. It's badly mauled, for sure. That's for certain. All the artillery was destroyed, and I could have definitely done better protecting my artillery a little bit. Basically at the end. But this is, I think it's the best map I've played for this one, right? This is as good as it can go. So Battle of Waterloo, the history, that's what happened in the history, and instead for me, what happened was I sent everyone all the way to the side. I didn't do any of that, right? I didn't go out and fight for the houses. I didn't go up the road. I didn't send my horses to attack them head on. I didn't do any of that, and because of that, we've won a big victory for Napoleon, right? But actually, even after he won, he would have basically lost the war, because there were hundreds of thousands of pissed off coalition troops coming against him. The Russians, the Austrians, and more and more were going to keep coming, because this was actually in 1815 where he basically came back from that island, and his troops he's not yet ready to fight, right? He needs time to rebuild his armies, but nobody's going to give it to him, right? But maybe if this happened in history, you never know. With a huge victory like this, maybe the British would have been knocked out. Maybe the Russians would have decided they didn't want to fight Napoleon anymore. Maybe something like that would happen. So victory, very hard, total war. I'm probably going to play the rest of Napoleon's battles after this and put them into the playlist, and then maybe I'll switch to a different game, because that's what this channel is about. Anyway, see everyone later.